explain that when I go over that trade. But the very first trade here we can go over was on Qs. Now, this trade was for the kind of upper tiered members that have a little more experience. I told members that have little experience to wait for this level or this level, and this level or this level. Qs, we ended up taking long. Absolutely beautiful, nice, long, predictable trade, easy money. We'll get into that here in a second. But the short that we have is on a pop back up, and it actually happened, I believe it happened right in here. That's where it came back up to test the 5 EMA. Okay, so it's a quick trade. I call it trend formation. It's something that is a very specific setup. If we don't get a pop on the short that we want, we're still able to get involved with it. Yes, there is a little bit more risk because you will have to risk off of the opening price or opening range, but that's okay. In this case, ended up being more than fine for risk, and we had a beautiful opportunity to take that short. Took it, wrote it down. Nice. Oh, no, that's the long. Where is the short? Sorry, guys. I think that might have been on SPY. Sorry, it's been a long day. I've been chainsawing out in the sun all bloody day. Yeah, that was on SPY. Qs was valid as well. Sorry about that, folks. Actually, right there. So where we pop back up, let me correct that. I don't know, TC2000's being all wonky here too. The whole fucking recap's going to be jacked today, but that's all right. So after we dip down, we pop back up. Really nice opportunity to go in for the short, back up into that 5 EMA. Same thing that I said on Qs. Sold off all the way down into that level. Really, really nice trade. So that was a killer trade, locking in $2,610 on that. Now let's switch over to Qs long. So Qs long was right into the level. This was kind of the main trade. The main trade that we were really focused up on was the long down into there is actually a little trend here. Now, I don't have the trend laid out, but I do have this level laid out, and it looks like the level is off of yesterday's low. It's really more of a trend level. I call it mini trend. And on that there was 2 opportunities to go long. So on the first wash into this level, and I ended up fat fingering, and I took a short. So my short entry right here is actually where I wanted to enter on Qs long, but that's okay. I worked it out, and I'll explain why I did that here in a second. So I kind of, as soon as I noticed that, and I noticed it relatively quickly, I just immediately got in long and then worked the trade secondly into the actual level. So there's 2 little trades here. It doesn't look like it popped up much, but you got to remember it did sell off a lot. So it's like, this is more than enough, and ended up working out to be about 1.5 points from lows here up. So locking in $2,010 on these 2 little trades. So now let's talk about that fat finger. Now, the fat finger on Qs was, I was expecting this to actually sell off further, and I could have held it, but I'd already locked in, and that's fine. And I also had a horrible short entry. Remember, that was a fat finger, not wanting to go short at that time at all, because I literally went short right here. Obviously, you don't want to fucking do that, right? So is what it is. And I did have some size to it. And because I initially wanted a lot of size on this long, because I knew I could get that opportunity, that quick little pop. And I'll use size in that circumstance to make my money without having to hold and basically open up a whole can of worms with risk, especially in a market like this, knowing that ultimately I wanted the short. We just didn't get that proper short entry. So anyways, long story short, I corrected that. Is what it is. Beautiful, beautiful little trade, locking in an additional $1,650 on that. Now, the last trade here was on on SPY. And this presented actually a pretty nice opportunity here. So SPY long was really nice, and it sold straight off into that level. Absolutely beautiful, quick little trade, bingo bango, in and out and done, locking in an additional $705 on that. So overall, pretty good day. Apologies for a little bit of the clusterfuck at the beginning of this trade recap. It's been a long day. Chainsawing out in the sun here down in Costa Rica is it's a task, man. I am drained. I think I probably sweat out about 5 pounds of water at least. Yeah, so I'm going to enjoy the rest of the evening. I hope you guys do too. If you want to come learn how to trade in a professional capacity, come to tricktrades.com and we'll see you guys there. Adios, folks.